And welcome back. I'm Willa with Willa Trades, and for those of you who are just joining us, this is going to be our SPY SPX QQQ watch list for 7/30/2024. We're coming to the end of the first month of the third quarter. A lot of earnings happening this week. FOMC is tomorrow, which is the Federal Reserve's decision on rates. So a lot of things are influencing the market. Also, Friday we've got non-farm payroll, which tells a lot about the payroll situation, and that usually affects the market. What you see before you right now is a chart on the 1 hour time frame for QQQ. I've just finished doing my analysis for what I think is going to happen today. Very important part of being a trader is being able to mark your levels. Some of what you see is very color coded for different reasons. Usually if it's green, in this case it was a level where we might have reached a new all-time high. For the last several months we've been reaching new all-time highs, so I didn't have previous levels. So I keep everything around for a little bit just so I can see how things are reacting. If I see nothing happening at that level, then I remove it. If I do see things happening, I keep it. So one of the things you'll see is in red I have 628 gap level, 613 gap level. That means there was a previous gap, we filled it, and I usually turn it red. That means it's done. When it's unfilled, I usually leave it at yellow. So we actually have one above us, and there's one down here below us mixed in. Looks a lot better when you zoom in. I'm going to zoom in for you guys so you can see how it all comes across. Boom. You can see that it changes how it all appears, so it's not as confusing. The next thing that I do is usually mark out my pre-market levels. So these are things that happen before the market opened or after the market closed yesterday. So here would be yesterday's high. I color code that so I remember it. Here's today's pre-market high, pre-market low. This is close of yesterday. One day I might change the color on that just to make sure I know, but I usually know because I'm watching it. Then I have the previous day low, and I've marked out the after hours low here with a special purple. Purple for me is like a special level. You can see here that we had a pre-market all-time high because it was interesting because we rejected from that point previously really hard. So I marked it and I keep it. And if you notice yesterday, we kind of bounced at that level. So the interesting thing about this is a lot of people say don't keep a heavy chart with a bunch of lines on it. I don't care. I like to mark it out. I'm 2 years in. I'm becoming profitable and profitable consistently now. So it's been a fun thing. And if you've been watching my watch list, I've been hitting. Again, yesterday I talked about the fact that I thought we were going to go down. If you notice, we started off the market with a small push up and then went down after we hit the pre-market high, and that was pretty much what I thought. And I actually had this as a level for a bounce. I didn't put that in yesterday's because this was the trade I was feeling like I was going to take. So at any rate, here's what I expect to happen today. We've already retested this level. I'm going to zoom back out because I want to show the last couple days because this is a very important part. QQQ really drives the market. I primarily trade SPX, and that is SPY. You can use SPY also, or ES. And what I've noticed is we've come up to test this 468.14 level and reject it twice. And since then, we've kind of been below this previous all-time high, 465.74. So you notice we've kind of been moving around in that area. And I'm keeping an eye on that. So what I expect to happen is I expect that either we're going to reject this pre-market or this previous all-time high again, or we are going to break above. Let's see if I can get this to work today. Yesterday we couldn't get it to work. Either we're going to reject here. Not working. There we go. It's like when it comes in here, it doesn't want to work. Yeah, either we're going to reject in there, we're going to come up here, reject in this area, and then start on move down. And I believe that we're going to come back down and test this area or even go a little bit below. If we break above it, and I see we break above it, then I'm going to look for a retest of the pre-market high and then a push up to yesterday's high, because I don't expect us to really break out today. Tomorrow is a big news day, and I feel like the market's going to hold its big move for tomorrow and the rest of the week. Sorry I couldn't draw it up for you guys. Something about this particular screen, it just doesn't let me do it the way I want to do it. Let's go over to SPY. I want to bring that up for you guys. So SPY looks a little bit differently. If we zoom in right about here, you can see here that we tested this previous gap, and this is why I hold these levels on my chart. Reject, come back up, test it again, reject, come back up. We hold at it on the after hours and pre-market, reject, push up a little bit above it, and reject. Notice I marked it out here because it was a pre-market move and it rejected, so I extended it out. And this was yesterday. So we did the bounce, we came back up, we came back down again, and we bounced again the same area overnight. So this to me is a very important area that I'm watching really carefully and closely. But if you notice that we're starting to see these kinds of candles here, so this could be a squeeze, because you can see here we've got some EMAs, VWAP. This could be a squeeze, and we see the push up, and that's what you would expect. But I do believe the market still wants to range. So even if we go up, I'm going to be looking for a reject from either yesterday's pre-market high, or excuse me, yesterday's high of market, or yesterday's pre-market high, and then a reject back down into this level. That's what I'm expecting for today. So that's what I'm looking to play. The reject level we're looking at on the top end is about 548. A lower level could be 547. And so if we reject and we come back down in this level, I would play it down from this trend line that I have marked up here at 547.91 all the way down to the previous day's close, because that's usually stronger. And if it looks like we're going to go even further, then I'm going to look for the pre-market low, and then finally down there to yesterday's low of day. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Hopefully you guys have a great trading day. Remember, we are here for you, and eventually what I want to do is be able to go live. So in order to see me trade live, please hit like, subscribe, make sure this channel reaches a certain subscriber count so I can go live. After that, I don't really care. I'm just doing this so that I can help other people who are trading and maybe thinking about quitting, or they're on the ropes and they need a little bit of encouragement and a little bit of inspiration. So I'm Willow Trades. Definitely hit like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.